Let's look at number 18. Which one does not belong? Which one? The first one? Nope. Remember, less thans were and problems. That's an and problem. Where do and problems shade? In the middle, right? Maddie, where's your step on? All right, so are these arrows pointing to the middle? Are they pointing together?
The first one.
The first one's a less than. That's an and problem. That's right. Do these arrows point together?
Yes.
Yeah, that's an and problem. Do these arrows point together? It's the last one because they're all pointing to the right. So it should be this one. All right, so it says explain. So we're going to say the last problem doesn't point together. Ooh, doesn't.
Wait, the
What?
first one point together equal.
No, but look, but they're both and problems. They're both less thans or and problems. Remember? But this one is already as an and it's got the arrows pointing away the same direction.
Oh, but it didn't say it.
This one didn't say and. They're all compound.
Okay.
Doesn't point together. All right, guys, if you're driving down the road and you're driving at a constant speed, what does that mean? The same speed, right? So look at this one. Given the graph f of x below, on what intervals is f of x constant? It's the same speed. Which intervals are that? The x intervals. So do you see where it's the same? Do y'all see that? Right. Where is it the same at? Like, can you describe it to me? In the middle. I got Ty that's looking on the board and that's with me. Like, are y'all with me today?
I was about to say.
You gonna stay in the middle?
0 to 23.
Okay, just the x values. What's that x value right here? 0. And what's this x? There you go. So there you go. So it's constant. What?
Was it not going 3?
Oh, 3. I'm sorry. Sorry, Ty. There you go. All right. What about? What's the word negative mean? It's going down, right? Okay. So where is it? You see where it's going down?
2, 3 to 3.
3 to. Look at the x values. Just the x values. 3 to 6. There you go. So this x value is 3, and then this x value is 6. So it's negative from 3 to 6. Meaning he's slowing down, right? Y'all okay with that? All right, cool. We got our math workshop done. We're going to have a math workshop test in probably about 3 weeks. Because, I mean, look, guys, this is the end of the 3rd week of school. Y'all realize that already? Already the end of the 3rd week of school. All right, so we've got a pretty easy day today. Y'all okay? Evan, you good, buddy?
Yeah.
All right. All right, you got your ACT? I know we haven't done those for about a week now. ACT. We had to slow down a little bit because we got so far ahead of everybody else because y'all are rocking it. So. All right, we're on 13 and 14. Don't start yet, though. 13 and 14. All right, how many questions do you have? 2? So how many minutes do you have? 2. All right, don't start yet. Don't start. All right, 2 minutes. Anybody need a minute? Some people are still flipping there. All right, you ready? Some people are still flipping. I'll give you an extra minute. I thought I gave you the whole thing. Did I not give you the whole thing? Okay, and that goes with your math workshop. All right, here we go. Whether you're ready or not. 2 minutes. And 3, 2, 1, go. 2 minutes. 13 and 14. Just hold on to it and we'll go over it tomorrow, okay? I mean, not tomorrow, Tuesday. All right, so we'll go over those on Tuesday, because remember Monday we are out of school, right? Sean, you with me, Bobby?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so here we go. Here's what we're going to do. Let's get out your notes real quick. And we got some really easy notes. It's just graphing. Okay, guys, I know graphing is easy, but the second part of chapter 2, once we take a test next week, like if you don't know how to graph, it's going to be very difficult, okay? So let's go to page 12. Let's go to page 12. Let's kind of do this real quick, and then we can kind of get with some partners and work together on some things, okay? All right, what about this? What's y equals mx plus b? What form is that called? Slope-intercept form. There you go. Okay, so when you use slope-intercept form, what letter has got to be by itself? Y, right? So let's look at 1 through 4. Is y already by itself on number 1?
Yes.
All right, so all it says to do is identify slope and y-intercept. What was slope? What letter?
X, M.
The M. And then what was y-intercept? What letter? B. There you go. So here we go. If you line it up, y equals mx plus b, then you can easily see what's your M. Negative 1/4. Take that sign with it. And then what's your B? Negative 5. There you go. All right, let's do number 3 together. All right, what's wrong with number 3? There you go. All right, now look, guys, bless you. This is a positive 2. So how do you, there you go. You got to know how to do these equations. Uh-huh. All right, so I've got negative 4y equals negative 2x plus 10, right? Y'all okay so far? And then Ty said that we divided by negative 4, but here's the thing, you ready? If you divide it to 1, I got to do it to everything, right? If I give one of you a grade, I get to give all of you a grade. It's the only thing that's fair, right? So divide everything by negative 4. What was that? What you want? What you don't you?
You know, hello would be nice.
What is that?
That's for that person. Figure it out.
Well, I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out, girl. How's the foot doing?
It's still broke.
Well, I mean, is it doing any better?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay. Bye. All right, we're right here. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Hey, Joseph. What happens to these negatives? They cancel out. There you go. All right, what about 2 over 4? How does that reduce? 1/2. Look at y'all. Y'all know what you're doing. Okay. Oh, 1/2 x. All right, and then instead of saying plus minus, there. 5/2. Very nice job, guys. Look at y'all. Y'all showing fraction. Who's boss? All right, now what's my M and what's my B? Yeah. And what's your B? Very nice. Very nice. All right, what about number 4? Now look, guys, if you need to, write this down if you need to. Y equals mx plus b, right?
Why would B not be
Yeah. It is.
You said -5.
Over 2.
No, but
If I said it, I'm sorry, I just messed
looking at
up.
the wrong one. My bad.
Oh, number 1?
Yeah, I was reading at number 1 and then like I thought.
Oh, no, I didn't have enough space. I had to squeeze it in a little bit. Sorry. Here, let me do this. That way y'all can see it. Is that better? Like that. Make it stand out a little bit. All right, what about number 4? What is the 7? What do I need to line the 7 up with? Well, the Y's already lined up with the Y. With the B, because 7 doesn't have an X, right? So now you can easily see, do you have an M? No. Guys, if you don't have any money, how much money do you have? 0. So if you don't have an M, it's 0. And B is 7. If you ever get lost, if you line them up, it makes your life easier. Are y'all okay? All right, try number 2 real quick. You try number 2 real quick. Try number 2, try number 2. Make sure you're keeping this fraction, okay? Keeping this fractions. All right, what about number 2? What'd y'all do first? You did what now? No, you don't want to touch that. Oh. Ooh, look at you, Ty. I didn't even see that. So Ty just subtracted the 2y over here and then divided by -2, gave yourself 2 steps instead of like 4. I didn't see that. That's pretty nice.
That's what I was doing.
So, I didn't even realize that. That's what you, oh, don't even. Was that really what you were doing? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Be all slick over there. That's what I was doing. Mario, were you really? I'm sorry, dear. I'm sorry. And so you divided by -2, right? Okay, so let's see, that'd be -3/2 x plus 5, and then we just bring equals y. So a lot of y'all got the same thing, you just wrote it, it's just backwards. Alright, so what's your M and what's your B? Yeah. Never, ever, 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 ever change that to a decimal. Because if not, you don't know which one's rise and which one's run. Like, if you change that to 1.5, you're not going to know which one's which. So what's your B? 5. There you go. Y'all okay? Alright, what about number 1 right here? This one, All it says to do is graph. If you don't need to write the slope and the y-intercept, don't write it. But some people do. Okay, get off your phone. We're on number 1. What about your slope? What's your slope here? But it always has to be a fraction. 2 over 1. There you go. Uh-oh. So what's your b? All right, now, b is the y-intercept. So what axis are you going to go to? The y at 1. There you go. All right, here we go. It's a positive 2. So what's that tell me to do? Up 2. And it's a positive 1 to the right 1. There you go. All right, so from here, from that dot, we're going to go up 2 and right 1. Up 2 and right 1. All right, what's the opposite of going up 2 and right 1? Down 2 and left 1. There you go. Guys, you got to know how to do both ways, because you may have a graph that's not big enough to go up 2 anymore. So you may have to go down 2. All right, what about number 2? What's wrong with number 2? Y is not by itself. All right, what do we got to do to get y by itself? There you go. And the x always comes first. Minus 3. All right, what number's in front of my x as my slope? Negative 1. All right, so my slope is negative 1. How do I make it a fraction? Over 1. And then my y-intercept is negative 3. All right, if it's y-intercept, I'm going to go on the y-axis and go down 3. All right, what's this negative 1 tell you to do? Up or down? Down. And this one's positive, so that one tells you to go right. There you go. So we're going to go down 1 and right 1. What's the opposite of going down 1, right 1? There you go, up and left. And you can make it as big as you want. And you have to have what on the end of your graph? Arrows. All right, flip over. Let's do one more together, and then we're going to get with some partners and do some things with our groups. All right, look at number 5. Look at number 5. You see number 5? Number 5 is different, because how many letters do you have? 1 letter. So let's write this note. Here we go. 1 letter. Huh? Yep. All right, so when you only have 1 letter, you do it a little different. It already tells you what axis to go to. What axis do you go to? X-axis at what number? 7. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the only time you go to the x-axis, guys. The only time is when it tells you. It says x equals. All right, now it has no choice but to be what kind. Like if I do it horizontal, it's going to be the x-axis. Can't be that. So it's going to be vertical. And then just put the arrows on the end of your graph. Try to make yours straight, unlike mine. Y'all okay? All right, find somebody. Find somebody to work with. And we're going to finish this out. We're going to do 3, 4, and 6. 3, 4, and 6, okay? If you finish all those before we get to go over them, what could you be starting on? Like, what's your homework tonight? 15 and 16, same things. So if you finish those 3 before we go over them, go ahead and start on your homework and get some things done, right? Y'all okay? All right, find somebody to work with. We're going to go over all 3 of these. Y'all want to put some music on? Okay, just that way it's not some crazy awkward sound. Let me pause this video. Alright, there's number 3. Y'all check your work on number 3, okay? Column should be up. If you're finished, you should be working on your homework, not sitting there on your phone. Y'all okay on 3? Alright, did you put your 1 in front for number 4? And that's a positive 1, right? Alright, keep going on that one. Check your work on 4, okay? Check your work on 4. Y'all right on that one? Yes, no, maybe? Yeah? Alright, then we got 1 more to do. So if you've got finished already, go ahead and start on your homework. Last one. Here we go. Number 6. Check your work on that one. Check your work on that one. Alright. here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a checkpoint real quick from the 2.3 stuff that we did the other day. Alright, checkpoints are open note, but not open neighbors. Alright, so go ahead and put your homework up for the time being. I'm going to do that at home. And your open notes. You can use your notes. Grab your notes.